Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning into your Sunday edition of Wasatch Weekends. We love getting to be here to bring you some great community information, and we're going to do just that. Coldwell Banker has an incredible upcoming event that you're not going to want to miss out on, with some former Olympians and how you can get in that champion state of mind. We've got so many wonderful things taking place here on this edition of Wasatch Weekends, but we're going to take a look at that local weather forecast right now. Do you want that champion state of mind? Well, there's a great resource to do so and a great event taking place with Coldwell Banker. I had an opportunity to chat with one of the team members on how you can participate in all the fun. Let's hear what he has to say. Do you want to have the champion mindset? Well, Coldwell Banker has a perfect opportunity for you to do that. And I'm joined by Stu McGinnis. Stu, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you having us.
We love having you here, and we love getting to chat about incredible events and activity that our community can participate in, and you've got just one of those coming up soon.
Yeah, we're excited to have these former Olympians, and I was instructed by Eric Slope. He says, we're not former Olympians, we're always Olympians.
Which I think is really important because it is that mindset that they carry with them through the remainder of their life. So you have three incredible Olympians coming to chat with everyone about what it's like to get into that mindset and how you can continue with that mindset.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because it's one of those kind of things that I don't know that a lot of people realize. It's for these folks, it's when they were training and leading up to these events to become world-class athletes, it's how they would wake up in the morning, how they would walk, how they would talk, how they would interact with folks, their expectations, and how they would compete. It truly is a mindset. And what we're excited about is these folks are willing to take time out of their day to come and share with not only the general public, but the real estate community and our agents. And it's going to be a phenomenal event, and sharing their insights as to what they went through as champion athletes to really hone in on what it took to be a champion.
Which I think is one of those things that everyone could benefit from, and especially right now as things are maybe a little challenging in some realms of life, and so what a great opportunity. Now this is also going to help people who do work in the industry like sales, because focusing your brain and really honing in on this mindset is super important.
Well, one of the things with being an athlete, whether it be in sales, whether it be what you'll find is that these principles of success are transferable. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're someone who's in the workforce, whether you're a world-class athlete, the principles of success are transferable. And that's the good thing about it. You know, being successful, it is a mindset. And you can be good at whatever it is that you want to be good at, and you can excel at whatever it is that you want to. And those principles don't change. And the great thing is, whether you're standing on a podium receiving an Olympic gold medal, or whether you're getting your kids Cheerios or Fruit Loops for breakfast, those principles hold true day in and day out. And to be a champion at whatever it is that you want to do, those principles don't change.
I think it's really important for people to get into the mindset, but then maintaining the mindset can be a struggle. And so to see these people who have persevered through so much in their athletic careers and then in their lives, I think it's going to be really inspiring.
Well, the great thing that I think everyone is really going to enjoy with these folks is they all have just compelling stories. They have a backdrop that I think people are really going to enjoy hearing because it's it's not what you would expect listening to them and where they came from and the successes that they had leading up to it, the trials they had leading up to it, and the other interesting thing is post athletic career, what they've done with their lives. It's fascinating. All three of these folks have a story and a life journey that is phenomenal, and it is going to be worth taking a look at for anyone. And we just encourage everyone that is able to come on out and take a look at this.
Now, we've talked a lot about this great event and the incredible athletes that are going to be there, but let's give people the information to actually participate in the event. Where is it located, what time, and do people need to register in advance?
Yeah, they do, and we have a link that we provide for you, and it's in New Park, right there where our Coldwell Banker office is, and in Kimball Junction, and it'll be at our Coldwell Banker office, and we will have it catered after. And the athletes will be able to mingle and sign autographs after, and you'll have the opportunity to get up close and meet world-class athletes, and it should be a lot of fun. And this is an event that we put together at Coldwell Banker. My background as the broker here, I'm new to Park City, and I've always been around top athletes. My background, I played briefly professional football in the NFL, and I've always been around high achievers. And to be around these guys is like home cooking for me. And I've known Billy Schiffenhauer. I've known him for 25 years, and Eric Slopey, I've known his mom for years. I started my career at Coldwell Banker. And I heard all the stories about Eric as he was coming up the ranks as a skier. And I've watched Summer on TV, when she was hosting Inside the NBA. So this is going to be a great event for people to come in and actually shake their hands, meet these folks, and say hi. And they're all just, their careers were stellar, but they're even better people. And they're genuinely kind and engaging, and it's going to be a fun event for people to come up and say hi. But you do have to register. I'll make sure I provide that link for you so that folks can see that.
Which I think is so important, that people do have this opportunity to meet such incredible athletes, and what a cool background you have. Also, welcome to our community here in Park City. You're going to love it because it is fantastic, because there are so many great opportunities like this one.
Oh yeah, and as I said, I felt incredibly welcomed up here, and it's been a good experience thus far, and I've really enjoyed being up here, and I look forward to it, and I look forward to really diving back into the Coldwell Banker culture, and we're getting ready to celebrate our 118th birthday as a company. We're the oldest brokerage in the country, and we fit well here in Park City because we sell more upper-end homes than any company in the world, for that matter. So it kind of goes hand in hand with this Park City environment.
Well, we're excited to have you here. We're excited to see the strides that you make here in our community, and we're very excited for this upcoming event because the champion mindset will help people succeed in so many different aspects of their life.
Well, again, I can't thank you folks enough for taking the time to cover us, and it's great that you're willing to share this with the community, because I think, again, as we touched on it, I think people are really going to gravitate towards this, and I think they're going to really enjoy it. It's going to be a fun event.
Stu, again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Again, welcome to the community, and thank you for hosting such a wonderful event.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you there and everyone else.
Make sure that you don't miss this incredible event, because Champion is a state of mind, and they're going to help you get just that mindset. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned. Are you someone who experiences dry eyes? Well, the Center for Sight had the opportunity to give Ross some great information on how you can keep your eyes protected, and especially during this dry season. Let's hear what tips and tricks you should know.
It is Dry Eye Awareness Month, and joining us now is Dr. Priya Matthews to talk about how we can get relief from dry eyes. Dr. Priya Matthews, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Thanks so much for having me. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great. Can you tell us a little bit about dry eye disease and what the symptoms are?
Absolutely. I'm really excited to team up with Abby today to talk a little bit more about dry eye disease and what we can actually do to temporarily relieve those symptoms. It's a chronic condition that affects over 35 million Americans every year, and it's caused by either not enough tears on the surface of the eye or the tears being poor quality, therefore they evaporate very quickly. And that results in a variety of symptoms for our patients, which include burning, irritation, discomfort, or even light sensitivity or just blurred vision. So any of these can occur, and some patients are more at risk. And that includes patients that are older, women, particularly over the age of 50, are more at risk, those who use contact lenses, those who have autoimmune diseases or maybe take certain medications such as allergy medications. Those can all be risk factors for developing dry eye disease. But thankfully, there are some options that are available over the counter, and that includes artificial tears made by the Refresh Eye Care brand. They've recently launched two new products, which we're going to talk about: the Refresh Relieva PF, which stands for Preservative-Free Extra, and Refresh Tears PF. And these are great options for the temporary relief of dry eye symptoms.
Awesome. And why do you recommend those products specifically?
I like Refresh as a brand because they have a very diverse portfolio, which offers something for every kind of dry eye patient. So they have drops, gels, ointments, and many of them are preservative free, which I prefer. As a cornea specialist, that's going to be more gentle for your eye and very safe to use multiple times a day and long term. These latest two products kind of incorporate different technologies that have worked and been successful in their previous lines. So that's why I know when I direct my patients to use a Refresh product that I know that they'll get good quality and good results.
Awesome, awesome. And are dry eye symptoms, are they more prevalent during certain times of year or certain places in the country?
They can really occur any time of the year, but certainly there are some environmental and lifestyle triggers. Environmental, right now it's summertime. For those places where air condition is blasting into your face and eyes, that could be a trigger. Also, very windy, dusty environments. And for lifestyle, people who may travel often or spend a lot of time outdoors, playing sports or hiking, that can trigger it. Another important lifestyle aspect are the people who are doing a lot of digital screen time. So when we're looking at a screen, we're not blinking as much, and that certainly increases your risk of dry eye symptoms. So I tell patients, if you know your triggers, use these artificial tears before and after those activities to give you some relief.
Definitely. And what happens if you don't kind of address the problem and just let it go?
That's a great question. It does get worse. And besides the actual symptoms of feeling that painful or burning, it can actually deteriorate your vision too long term. And so we really encourage see your eye doctor regularly, have them look at the cornea, because even if you may not feel like there's a problem, you could have dry eye disease, and it's better to use drops or other medications if needed earlier rather than later.
Awesome. And where can consumers go to find those two Refresh products you have there and also to find out more information?
Yeah, for these drops or any of the other Refresh drops, you can find them at Walmart stores or online on Amazon, or any place that sells over-the-counter eye drops will have these Refresh products. If you want more information about the Refresh line, you can go online to refresheyedrops.com or talk to your eye doctor, and they have a lot of experience with all of these products, and they would be glad to find the option that's best for you.
Awesome, awesome. Doctor, anything else I should have asked you? Anything else people should know about Dry Eye Awareness Month right now?
I think take early prevention is important. Identify those triggers, protect your eyes, and use sunglasses, UVA, UVB blocking rays. It's just really important to take care of your eyes because that's how you're going to be able to see and have a very healthy vision moving forward. So it's important to be aware.
Awesome. Well, I thank you very much for joining us, and we will be right back with more of the show.
Thank
Wildfire season is upon us, and it's important that you're taking care of your lungs and the lungs of the people that you love, making sure that your respiratory system is getting the best air possible. Well, there's some great ways that you can learn more information about it, and I had the opportunity to chat with a wonderful doctor who's going to give us some great tips and tricks. Wildfire season is upon us, and it's really important that you take care of your respiratory system, but also the respiratory system of your family. And I'm joined by Dr. Nikki Vars-McCullough. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you've got quite an impressive title, so I will let you explain your title.
Yes, I am a respiratory health specialist at 3M Company in our personal safety division.
Now, we see a lot of pollution taking place in the air during wildfire season with hazardous weather conditions. Why is it important that people protect themselves against those?
Yeah, when we have a lot of pollution in the air, that pollution can make you have some health effects. You might notice that your eyes and your nose and your throat are itchy. You might be coughing. You might feel really tired or have a headache. And certain populations, such as people with lung conditions like asthma, the elderly, children, they need to be extra careful when we have high air pollution.
Now, what other aspects can contribute to poor air quality besides just wildfires and bad weather conditions?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more heat across the country, and that heat causes a lot of drought, which can also put just a lot of dirt and dust up in the air. Certainly vehicle emissions, cars and trucks, but also factory emissions. All of those things contribute to air pollution, and air pollution can travel hundreds of miles across the country. So even if you don't have wildfire smoke or drought in your immediate area, your community still may experience poor air quality at times.
Now, there's an air quality index. For people who don't know what that is, how to use it, or why it's important to track it, can you give us some more information?
Sure. The air quality index is simply a number, and that number has been developed by the Environmental Protection Agency, and it gives us an indication of how good or bad our air is. You can find this number often in your local news reports, apps on your phone, or on the Environmental Protection Agency. And you can find it just right in your local community. If that number is low, less than 50, that means the air is good and everyone can breathe it and not have to worry. When we start to get above 50, then those sensitive populations I mentioned, they really should start paying attention. And if we start to see that number get way up in the hundreds, that means all of us need to be paying attention.
Now, what are some ways that people can help maintain indoor good air quality? That way they're protecting themselves at home.
Yeah, one of the things you can do is to not create new particles in your homes. So avoid burning candles, avoid cooking really smoky, oily foods, and if the air outside is bad, you want to close your doors and windows to try to prevent that air from coming inside. If you have an HVAC system, you can turn it on and use a high efficiency air filter in it and keep it running continuously. You want to use a filter with a MERV 13 or higher rating, like Filtrete. Now, if you have a home without an HVAC system like I do, I use portable air cleaners. You can buy a portable air cleaner with a high efficiency filter, or you can actually make your own using a box fan and a high efficiency furnace filter like Filtrete.
These are all such great tips and tricks for people to take home with them. Now, as people are maybe experiencing some poor air quality in their area, what is the best way for them to protect themselves and their family if they have to make their way outside during one of these poor quality days?
Yeah, a lot of us just can't stay inside. We might need to get to work, to get to school, or we might work outside doing landscaping, construction, delivery. In that case, the recommendation is to consider using an N95 respirator mask. We all got very familiar with these types during COVID, but it's really important that you look for one that says NIOSH, that's NIOSH, and N95 on it. That means it's been certified by the US government to have good air filtration. You want to pick one that fits your face and make sure that you're using both straps and forming that nose clip to your nose. That way the particles go through the filter and don't sneak around the edges.
Now, what do you do if you're exposed to wildfire smoke and other extreme weather conditions?
You really should be paying attention to the recommendations from your local authorities. And if you're in danger, immediate danger, make sure that you're following their instructions. If you're affected by air pollution, the AQI is high, and you're far away, again, keep in mind, stay indoors, use high efficiency air filters, and if you do go outside, consider an N95 respirator.
Thank you so much for giving us all this information. Now, if someone is looking to find more information, where can they go?
They can go to the Centers for Disease Control website, cdc.gov, or we have lots of information on our website, 3m.com/wildfire safety.
Thank you again so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information and help keeping so many people safe.
Thank you.
Make sure that you use all of these tips and tricks at home. That way you are taking the best care of your respiratory system and the people you love's respiratory system. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in to your Sunday edition of Wasatch Weekends. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and we love getting to bring you all of this wonderful community information. We hope to see you at the Coldwell Banker event, the Champion State of Mind, as well as making sure you're taking care of your eyes and your respiratory system. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow for your Monday edition of Wasatch Weekends. I'll see you there.